Hi all, Janette here, and I'm back out with the quail in the pen that the ducks were raised in for the first 6 weeks of their lives. And I've separated the white quail off from the rest of them, and I'm pretty sure that there are 2 female white quail. But I'm going to determine today which 2 are females and which 2 are males. One of our viewers, Bill from Stony Creek Heritage Farms, has given me a lot of help in finding out how to tell the males from the females if there aren't physical like feathers and coloring markings that I can tell right now. And so I'm going to show you how I do that, and let's get at it. I've got the 4 white quail in that pen right there. And if you can see, well, that back there in that right corner, just beyond that one bird, is an egg. So right there is an egg. So I know at least one is a female that was laid in the last 24 hours. And I'm pretty sure that there are 2 because I've seen eggs. I did have the two and two split up with the white ones in 2 separate cages, and I would find an egg in each one. Okay, I just reached in there and grabbed one of them. It's not terribly happy with me, but what you do is carefully turn it over on its back so that its little bottom, its vent, is up in the air like that, and then expose the vent and push right here. And if foam comes out like that one is, then it's a male. So that's a good thing. It's a male. We'll just separate him from the rest of them. Okay, I've got another one. They don't really like it. It's trying to peck me, so I'm going to carefully turn it over. Expose the vent, which that vent looks kind of inflamed, so it's making me wonder what that's all about. Oh, it's got an egg in there. So I'm not going to squeeze that egg out right now. I think I'll let her squeeze it out. I'm going to put her back in there, and I think she's going to lay an egg pretty quick because that's what's in there. That's a girl. Okay, so here's another one. Let's see what happens when we... Whoa, about dropped it. I got a feeling this one's a girl too. No foam. Well, there is some... This one's kind of... Well, I can't tell if that's male foam coming out of there or just foamy bird poop. So... Okay, here's the last one. And this one I can feel also has an egg in there. So now it's making me wonder if I have... See, I can feel an egg right there on each side. I wonder if I have 3 females. Actually, it's possible. Okay, I got a brown one out here that I'm going to show. Locate the tail and the vent, bend it back, and then squeeze. See that foam coming out there? That's how you tell if it's a male. It's a pretty easy thing to do, although you can hear the quail squeaking, and Molly wants it. Okay, so I checked out the white ones, and I kind of think that I have 1 male and 3 female white ones, but one of them was a little bit questionable. It kind of had some messiness back there, and I wasn't exactly sure, so I'm going to wait and check again very soon, but I know I have 1 male at least, and possibly 3 females. There was another one that had an egg that was still in there, and I just left her alone. I didn't do too much to her, but I'm pretty sure that's a female. And so It's a good lesson for me to learn how to tell if they're males or females. It's a little bit of trouble, but it's not too much, and the visual is easier. On the meat maker quail, you can tell because the breast of the female has speckles on it, and the breast of the male is more solid, less, you don't really see the speckling. That's how I determined which ones were females and which ones were males when I separated them out and put them over in the duck house. So now let's look at some of the eggs that I've gotten so far. Oh, did you hear that? I think that might be a rooster crowing in the quail pen, if I can tell what I'm hearing. So I want to show you some of the eggs that we have gotten from the quail. They're really quite unusual. When chickens or quail, or I expect any kind of bird, first starts laying their eggs, it's kind of like their body doesn't know what to do, how to do it right, because they will lay unusual eggs that are abnormal, such as eggs that are double yolk, or eggs that the shell is not fully developed on. Softer shells, even if it is fully developed, it's softer. So let's just take a look at what we've got here, and it's kind of interesting. I've got a sample of the eggs laid out here, and in this first, I'll show you this bowl, and here's actually an egg that was laying on the pin, and it basically has no shell, it's just a membrane, and it was smashed when I found it. And then this egg is only partially colored. I've learned that they put this brown marking on here just before they lay it, and so if their body doesn't know quite what it's doing, then it goes ahead and shoves the egg out before it's fully marked. And here's another one that has no marking. It basically looks blue, and the shell's pretty soft. I think it even has a little dent in it right there. I think that something like this is a fairly normal looking quail egg, although it's a fairly big one. But this kind of an egg right here is, I'm sure, a double yolk, because quite a few of the eggs that we've gotten and that I have eaten myself were double yolks. So these two here, for sure, I expect to find 2 yolks in there, which is fun, but we are wanting to put some of these eggs in the incubator, not just eat all of them, but we want to hatch out some more baby quail. And so I'm going to wait a while, like till they're 8 weeks old, or maybe even till they're 10 weeks old. I'll have to see before we start saving eggs. And then the lady that I got the quail from initially, she says that they weigh the eggs, and they don't hatch eggs unless they're between 14 and 19 grams. And so that's what I'll be doing, is weighing the eggs and trying to pick out the best ones. A double yolk egg will not hatch properly. I don't even think it would hatch at all. I don't think an embryo would develop in there, but we want to have the most success that we can, so we don't want to do too much silliness and trying things that aren't going to work. So keep following us as we mess around with the quail, and one of these days they're going to get big enough so we might be able to butcher one and see how that goes. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.